Hi, I haven't made a video in a while, so it's good to be back. If you're watching this specific portion, you're probably watching like my first week of art school vlog or whatever I end up calling it. It's currently Friday, August 29th. I gotta look at my calendar. And it's been orientation week. So I haven't actually started classes yet. I start classes Tuesday. I just wanted to kind of document my thoughts. My roommates are out, so I have like free reign of recording. But yeah, SVA orientation has been really good. We're kind of spoiled almost. I feel like we've done a lot of stuff. Like last night I had courtside warm-up seats and suite seats with catering to a New York Liberty basketball game as a part of orientation. It's just been really, really nice. I feel like I'm getting my money's worth, I guess. I feel like if I'm taking out like $18,000 in loans for just this semester, then yeah, like I should be treated like a princess, you know? Like I feel like that's like the bare minimum to take me to a basketball game and give me VIP tickets, yeah. SVA does not have a meal plan, so I thought this was a con at first. It is now actually a pro for me because my dorm has a kitchen. As you can see, my bunk bed up there. Bunk bed is actually not a con. For some people, probably is. For me, it does not make a difference. I actually like being up there. It also means I can't see my roommate when I sleep, so I don't get freaked out because when I roll over, I just stare into somebody else's eye. It is a 2-bedroom apartment style dorm with a full bathroom and a table. All of the appliances are from like the year 2000, if not earlier. Mine work. I've heard that other people's don't. It's good. So I was actually kind of nervous about like how I was gonna go about getting my food and stuff. It's honestly been awesome because I am not stuck with cafeteria food. I can eat nice food whenever I want. I can cook it myself. I only eat food that I like because I bought it. Like I can get takeout without feeling guilty. You know, I think cooking is just like a good adult life skill. I guess this is kind of like real life, honestly. I mean, apartment, kitchen, no campus, no meal plan. I feel like I'm just like living in like a regular apartment, and then I like take the bus to school every day. The facilities are really nice. I have never even seen like a Wacom Cintiq tablet until then, and there are hundreds of them. They're really great, and the school has a lot of personality. Like it is definitely not like a boring state school that just has the school colors everywhere. It really leans into the fact that it is like an art school with tons of talented artists here, and they actively display that and advertise that and are proud of that. New York City, actually not scary, not that dangerous, and honestly not as expensive as everybody made it out to be. There are lots of very cheap options for food and for groceries. So far I'm having fun. I'm really anxious for class to start. I really want to get that going. I'm here to learn. I'm not here to make friends. I am here to make friends. I want friends. I have friends, I think. I'm excited for 6 hours of studio in a day. Yeah, that's my thoughts. I like SVA. Do I still plan on doing a transfer application? Yeah, I always like to keep my options open. You never know what's gonna happen. I also don't think I can afford to stay here for 4 years. Most people who are here cannot afford to stay 4 years. So if you're worried, like, oh, the only people who go here must be rich. No, everybody here is kind of in the We're all in the Bye-bye. Hello everyone. I just got back from my first day of class. Yay! My drawing class is structured into halves. Today we went over the syllabus, started off with some warm-up exercises like the gesture drawing demonstration, and then we had a live model. I can't really record in that class because there's not really like a good place to do it, and I also can't record when a live model is in there. And then we have an hour for lunch. We come back to the second half of class, and then we had a lecture about the anatomy of skulls. We did an exercise where we drew in 10 minutes the skull of the person sitting in front of us. We got assigned 6 pages of homework to do. Yay! It definitely was not as grueling as I thought it would be for a 6-hour class. It went by really, really fast. I kind of am upset that I don't really have anything to do for the rest of the day. I had like my first art student experience of like lugging this giant pad of paper around New York City. Yeah, that's like all I have to say about that. Yay!
Hi everyone! Welcome to my first art school vlog. I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night wherever you are. As you can see, I'm doing warm-ups for the homework I mentioned previously. These are just some basic 3D shapes for us to practice seeing form outside of a linear plane so that we can better understand the figure. And yes, a page of warm-ups was a part of the assignment. My drawing professor is a very lovely woman named Ruth Marshall. Anyone coming into SVA for animation, please get her as a drawing teacher, or Mario. They're both great. And for anyone interested in the technicality of a 6-hour studio class, it's 2.5 hours in class, an hour for lunch, and then 2.5 hours in class again. Class for me starts at 9 and ends around 2:30 to 3, depending on the day. We have a nude model in class for at least an hour or two every day, typically in the last half. I think that's pretty typical for most art schools. I don't think every drawing class at SVA has a nude model every class, but animation does since our class is more anatomy based. All of my classes meet only once a week and are either 3 or 6 hours long. It's impossible to record anything in this city. But anyway, let's get back to sketching.
I guess I committed how many friends I'm having now, but...
So I just got back from animation class. First day, yay. I loved it so much. My instructor is Mario Menjivar, and he's literally the best ever. Such a positive, encouraging guy, and he said something really nice to me and I literally almost cried. He's also really, really good at animating. Like crazy good. We all like went around and introduced ourselves and I was like, my life goal is like to be the first person to win Best Director Oscar for an animated feature film. He was like, I believe in you. And I mean it. I believe that you're gonna do this. I was like about to cry. And then he gave us like a demo of like how to animate on paper. Our entire first semester is only paper animation. He did a demo for us, just like a walk cycle. He just whipped it out in like 10 minutes. And it was great. And he like taught us how to like flip the paper like this. And then like, oh shit, I bent the paper. I still don't know how to do it. But he can do it. So good for him. So here's my assignment. 17 frames. Yeah, it's paper. So that took me like an hour almost in its entirety, I think. That was that. That was 5 hours of class. Yeah. See you later. I just got back from animation history. It was fun, I think. I went to Trader Joe's to get some groceries. So this is my grocery haul of thin and crunchy. Oh, that sounded bad. Pretzel slims. Next, we have some focaccia for the pasta I'm gonna make in a minute. Woo! Pretty tasty. Favorite, this 1 pound thing of chocolate chip cookies, which I devour in like 4 days. Canola oil. A California roll. Some basil. More chocolate milk, because I needed some. Some chicken broth to boil dumplings in. I'll try out their knockoff M&Ms. But I'm hungry, so I'm gonna cook. Yay!
So, part of my homework this week was to draw 2 pages of skull studies. This was a more detailed extension of the lecture we had in class. Eventually, by the end of the semester, we're supposed to be able to draw the entire skeleton in 10 minutes in any pose. So excited for that. I actually kind of am. It'll be interesting, I think. But yeah, here I'm using a 3D skull model on Sketchfab to do some 10-minute skull drawings. If you're curious about the construction lines on the side, it's the 1/3 method, essentially measuring that the major features of the skull are equal thirds apart. My other homework that you can see on the side was 3 pages of gesture drawing, 30 seconds to a minute each. I also really like how this turned out. I think I'm finally getting the hang of it. I used to really, really suck at gesture drawing. I think I kind of still do, but not as bad as I used to. I'm actually pretty happy with the end result of these skulls. I haven't drawn skulls in years, so I was pretty excited that these turned out as well as they did. I did do another page after this one, but I didn't film it.
this is all of my pages that I sprayed. They take up the entire room. And then I have some over there sitting that weren't as important, mostly my warm-up drawings. But these are all of my 30-second gestures and my skulls. There's a weird beeping happening. I don't know where it's coming from, so if you can hear that, I'm super sorry. But yeah, it stinks really bad in here. I have the door open. Yeah, I'm gonna let these dry. And then hopefully I can finish doing my homework, which is doing like 8 more of these. Yay!
You're probably wondering what story class is. It's essentially the part of animation that isn't actually animation, so viz dev, film theory, storyboarding, everything in that category. The class is only 3 hours long. I honestly really wish it was 6 instead of animation. My professor is really controversial. He really just tells it how it is nicely, but he's honest, no BS from him. Some people don't like that because they just can't handle critique well, in my opinion, and in the opinions of others. But I personally am a big fan of him. He talks super fast and is very cut to the chase, which is easy for me to understand. And I like having my art torn apart, honestly. It's not every day where you're in an environment where that can happen. So honestly, I really appreciate it. I like being told bad things about what I make. It's how I get better. What I'm doing here specifically is a 20-minute character design. We did this in class and taped them up on the wall for everyone to see, and then he ripped them off and interrogated us about each one in front of everyone. It was really nerve-wracking at times, but I thought it was really interesting and insightful in the end. He's really just got a crazy method to his madness, I guess, but I think he's a great teacher.
And I don't stand the character in.
Hi, editing Norea here to tell you thank you for watching this video. It was actually super fun to make. I think this is my personal favorite one that I've made. I hope you guys enjoyed it a lot. Please consider checking out my Instagram at Norea's Art, same on YouTube, and also on Patreon, Norea's Art, which I just started up last week. It's my sketchbook club. You get to see pretty much everything I make, and exclusive access to these videos early, as well as other work that nobody gets to see on my Instagram. So if you're interested, the link is in my bio on Instagram. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you want, because that's what all YouTubers say. But I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!